is that possible? She was half human, half jinn?
So Hadrat Banu السلام, and the importance of the lineage of Imam al-Hussein السلام means that in many times the jinn nations have, and the mu'min jinn nations have many close relationships with the human races, and this is why you call people genius from the jinn, because their closeness and proximity to certain individuals gives them knowledges from their world. Bi-idhnillah, by permission of Allah that person becomes of a saintly nature. Without the permission of Allah they begin to work for shaitan. So both sides have that reality. So that's very important to understand that from Budal, Nujab, Nuqab, Awtad wal Akhyar, Jinni wa Malaika are 7 categories of saintly souls that Allah sends to the servant as a support. When they give their life towards heavenly realm, those supports have to come by permission of Allah, in which they begin trained, guarded, protected and given knowledges and realities not from this realm. Well, what's on this realm? There's nothing here. What is it somebody wants to know from? Right? So every technology that coming already exists within the saintly realm, and that's when we talk, and you can Google our website on technologies and realities of technologies. So the phone, CD, fax machine, think of anything that we have of technologies, it came to the saints first. It exists within their realm, in which Allah gave them a permission. This is from Qur'an. Allah gives the example of the ultimate dominion over this earth is what? The example of Sayyidina Sulaiman. And Allah gave that dominion of these 7 categories that would control even shayateen from the jinn. How? By the sunnah of Prophet, by a ring, and what we described before. What ring? For who ring? But that Prophet was a prophet when Adam was between clay and water, from the ancient reality of Sayyidina Muhammad, a ring was given to Sayyidina Sulaiman. That what? That brought the divine authority upon the earth. As a result, anything moving was subject to his authority because heavens controls the earth. So this establishes now the precedent, heavens controls the earth. So this ring of authority came down onto the earth, everything became subject to it out of fear of punishment. Anything bad would be immediately punished and chained and locked and forced into submission. Everything believing then was willfully submitting. So this is the reality of that authority. And then the story in the description of Sayyidina Sulaiman's kingdom is that the people of the book and a servant of the book had more knowledge than one of the Ifrit when he had made a request, and we went into that whole discussion. Had Sayyidina Sulaiman used the Ifrit, then the precedent would have been now everybody would be using Ifrit, but Allah quickly inspired the saint of knowledges of the book, said, I'll bring it by the time you think of it. And that became then the whole reality of the people of the book, and the most powerful book is Holy Qur'an, that they can bring and have an authority over this earth by the permission of Allah. So it means then they have a support from the jinn kingdoms. Many have lineages within the jinn kingdoms, exist within their lineage. Banu had a strong lineage into the jinn kingdoms. And that's why Allah made that marriage with Imam Hussain that she was from the royalty of Iran and Khorasan regions. As a result of their relationship gave birth to the children of Imam Hussain, which one was surviving was Sayyidina Imam Zayn al-Abidin. From that whole firqa, from the whole line come the Imams, and that jinn relationship continued because that's the lineage from Banu. Imam Mahdi is also linked into that lineage. They're all coming from the lineage of Imam Hussain. So means there was a reason in which Allah brought that reality and linked these kingdoms through these Ahlul Bayt, in which they had immense connections and immense haqqaiqs and realities from these dimensions. So this has immense significance. So the amazing is that people are waiting for Sayyidina Mahdi salam. Many Sunnis are waiting for Sayyidina Mahdi salam and acknowledging that, but never thinking that Imam Mahdi salam is the grandson of Imam Hussain salam. However you think he's powerful, he's not more powerful than his grandfather, and that he's the grandson of Imam Ali alayhi salam. So how could you be waiting for that which you don't respect and acknowledge? So means this has a significant understanding of the love for Imam Mahdi salam. It's rooted in the love for Imam Ali salam, Imam al-Hasan, Imam al-Hussain, and all the lineage of that light that brings the reality of Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam. I mean he's the byproduct of his descendants. He comes with their madad and their support and all their haqqaiqs. And his lineage from Banu and the line of these jinn and jinn kingdoms that are associated with that reality. And then the events of Karbala, she fled the battlefields and went into I think the mountains of Al-Borz or somewhere in Iran, in which she ran the mountain open and she entered in. That the jinn kingdoms took her back to keep her safe from these events. Many things that are not talked about nor written about the reality of these kingdoms and the importance in the relationship with humanity. That humans are very weak, and I think we've talked about it from the Lord of the Rings. If we thought that the humans would defend against shayateen by just humans, people would already be dead. Means Allah support the human race by these creations in which He gave much more power to them. And this becomes then the perfection of insan. That when they have their genie perfection, angelic perfection, and that their character is a balanced and clean character, Allah support them with many kingdoms and the reality of many kingdoms. And this is the same that's happening upon the earth, is the satanic kingdom of jinn are possessing humans. And as a result of possessing the humans, they wish to overtake them and control them. So we need the heavenly support and the support of those who believe in Allah and the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. We are a weak creation in need of Allah's kingdom, and when Allah loves the servant, Allah sends from His kingdom to support the servants, inshaAllah.